long term, okay? But if I was a betting man, I would bet everything I love that the next 2 years are going to be the worst years ever for cancel culture. Because anybody associated with the president, or having worked with the Trump administration, or have supported the president in any way, is in danger of being canceled at any point in any time. And if the tech companies don't get you, then the woke liberal mob will definitely try to get you. Okay? It's going to be basically a sin to have been a Trump supporter in this country for the next 2 years. And guys, this is showing up at the business level, and it's showing up at an individual level. But before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman, and you're watching A Black Conservative Perspective. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share A Black Conservative Perspective, a.k.a. a leftist worst nightmare. You can also follow me on Twitter at GForemanBCP. Let's get it. All right, guys. So I'm sure you guys have heard about what's happening to Parler. Basically, all these companies are pulling their support for the app from an infrastructure perspective. Amazon made a huge move by basically kicking Parler off its servers. And ultimately, I still think that Parler is going to be fine. However, these are definitely moves that are scary because all these companies are moving at the exact same time, right? They're all doing it as one unit, almost like this tech government that's being formed, right? A network of these big companies that have the ability to erase businesses and people from the internet, right? Or ruin their lives. And that is a very scary thought. But let's take a listen at Parler CEO explain what Parler is going through.
And first this morning, we have breaking news of yet another devastating blow to free speech. Just 24 hours after Twitter permanently suspended President Donald Trump, Google, Apple, and Amazon have now all banned Parler from their app stores, which experts say could destroy the company financially. Before its removal, Parler surged to #1 in Apple's App Store, with 1.5 million downloads on Saturday alone. Joining me right now in this exclusive interview on the telephone with reaction is the CEO of Parler, John Mates. John, it's good to have you this morning. Thanks very much for being here. What is your reaction and the impact to this squashing of Parler?
Well, thank you for having me on. Well, it's devastating is what it is, and it's an assault on everybody. I mean, they all worked together to make sure at the same time we would lose access to not only our apps, but they're actually shutting all of our servers off tonight, off the internet. So they made an attempt to not only kill the apps, but to actually destroy the entire company. And it's not just these three companies. Every vendor from text message services to email providers to our lawyers all ditched us too on the same day. And they're trying to falsely claim that we were somehow responsible for the events that occurred on the 6th.
This is absolutely extraordinary that you see this coordinated effort on the same day that the president is banned on Twitter. You've got Google and Instagram removing Parler, and now last night late, Apple removes Parler as well. What are you going to do? John, can this put you out of business?
Oh, I mean, it would put anybody out of business. I mean, they could destroy anybody. If they did this to any app, any company, it would completely destroy them. And we're going to try our best, to get back online as quickly as possible. But we're having a lot of trouble because every vendor we talk to, says they won't work with us because if the Apple doesn't approve and Google doesn't approve, they won't. And they've given us no legitimate remedy. They've tried to, ask us for, to cooperate with them on a few things. We've tried to give them everything that they wanted, of course, without sacrificing our principles, but there were remedies to do it, and they just don't care. They just don't want us on the internet. They just want to get rid of us.
Guys, I tend to agree with that. I really do. I think that I've made the argument in the past that I don't agree with censorship whatsoever, right? And I think I don't agree with censorship whatsoever. But what's surprising to me is that for as out there as InfoWars is, right, compared to the mainstream media, they haven't even tried to censor InfoWars to the same level they're trying to censor Parler. They're trying to erase Parler. They don't want Parler to be a thing at all. Now, it seems that this is a part of a larger coordinated effort to actually just erase Trump from the internet. Like, do not allow Trump to use the internet, period. Because I think that any app that President Trump gets on at this point, I think they're going to try to erase that app. So let's say Trump hops on Gab, right? They might just go out the Gab now. I mean, who knows? They may go ahead and go out the Gab anyways. Who knows, right? Or they could be sending a message to the president saying, hey, if you start your own social media app, you know, don't think about using any of our services or our infrastructure. So the message is definitely being sent that these companies have control to ultimately limit speech, not just on their own platforms, but also on other platforms as well, if they all started doing censorship in coordination. It's really like a domino effect. Now, the other part of cancel culture is not them just trying to cancel certain platforms, but they're also canceling anybody who decides to be associated with the president. For example, I was reading an article from Forbes about how they're making a list of people that worked in the Trump administration, and then they're going to take that list and they're going to keep it to try to make sure that those people don't ever get jobs, right? So again, they're trying to cancel people that even work with administration, and now they're even threatening to cancel Bill Belichick because President Trump is going to give him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. So let's take a look here. President Trump will reportedly honor Bill Belichick with the Presidential Medal of Freedom on Thursday. The New England Patriots head coach will follow a long line of legendary sports figures who have received the honor, Politico reported, citing a White House official. The White House has yet to officially announce the honor, and the Patriots have yet to comment on it. All right, so in this article, they go over Trump's admiration for Bill Belichick. Trump at one time had said that he would go to Bill Belichick if he needed assistance in a military battle, which, quite honestly, you know, some people might be like, oh, that's stupid because Bill Belichick doesn't have any military experience, but Bill Belichick is a master statistician. So I'm pretty sure that he could apply some of his football strategy. So yeah, Bill Belichick and President Trump have been good friends. They've been good friends. And I think it's good that President Trump is, giving Bill Belichick this award. However, remember, even back in 2016, when Tom Brady also has shown that he supports the president, the woke mob came after Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and the Patriots in general. And lo and behold, the woke mob is back. Because now they are coming after Bill Belichick, telling him that he should not accept the President's Medal of Freedom. Check this out. You got Bob Ryan here, who's a sports writer. He says, if this story about Bill Belichick accepting a Medal of Freedom from the disgraced occupant of the White House is true, he's dead to me. Say it ain't so, Bill. I sincerely hope this is fake news. How childish is that, man? Charles P. Pierce says, Dear Coach Belichick, this is one of those times you don't get any moral or ethical choices that are this clear. Turn down the damn medal. It's the mark of effing Cain. The woke mob strikes. Ken, tremendous. Accepting a medal from Trump now in the aftermath is the latest deal breaker in a run of like 100 deal breakers. My fandom has already lapsed, but I hope neither Belichick nor Kraft ever wins another game in the NFL and the franchise is left in ruins. Belichick and the Patriots need to come out with a statement declining the Medal of Freedom from Trump ASAP. The nation had an insurrection and he's going to take an award from the insider-in-chief. If Bill Belichick accepts this from Donald Trump, I'm never watching any team he's part of again. Retweet if you'll join me. See, guys, you see the woke mob there? The woke mob is telling Bill Belichick, don't take an award from the president. Okay, whether or not you like the president or not, I think that when it comes to talking about the leader of the free world, I do believe that there is a certain amount of respect that you should show for the office regardless of who's in the office, okay? I understand that there may be varying opinions on that. When you're awarded something, you probably should take the reward whether or not you like the man or not. Because he's still the president of the United States. Until he's out of office, he's the president of the United States. I don't think that if Obama decided to give me the Presidential Medal of Freedom, we don't necessarily align politically, but I'm still going to take it. Right? And I would say that any conservative or Republican who gets the Medal of Freedom from the president should take it as well. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, there is a certain amount of respect that comes with the office, no matter who is in the office. Now, President Trump, over the last 4 years, you may not have liked all 4 years he's been in office, but he has done some good things. He has done good things for people. Okay? Everything hasn't been terrible. In fact, we had the best economy that we ever had. You know, the stock market's been the highest it's ever been. Unemployment's been basically as low as it's ever been. And that's across the board for everybody, all races. You know, Trump worked on criminal justice reform. We have the vaccine from Operation Warp Speed. There's a lot of good things that President Trump has done. So I think that regardless of how you feel, there's a certain amount of respect that you still need to have for the office. And I think that these people telling Bill Belichick he can't even take an award from the president, I think shows where we're headed for the next 2 or 3 years at least with the woke cancel culture mob. And at this point, if you're even associated with the president, you can lose your job. Just for wearing a red MAGA hat, you can lose your job. You can lose your career, you can lose your life. If somebody found out, oh, you used to support Trump, you're done. They're going to cancel him. If Bill Belichick takes the award from the president, they're going to cancel him. How ridiculous is that? If you work for the president's administration, right? You cancel. So any company I don't like or any person I don't like, if somebody's associated with that person, I can just cancel them. If I don't agree with the company. It does a lot of things we don't agree with that Walmart does and Amazon does. So should we cancel everybody who works at Walmart or worked at Walmart? I'm not sure most people would agree with that. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Hi, I'm Cade Courtley, former Navy SEAL platoon